What's the score? What's the game? Who's the player? What's the name? Zelme spins tails like fireflies in the dark. Monterey's verdicts leave a mark.
Closest you're gonna get to perfect, but not quite, not tonight.
Keep it 99. Oh, so close to the light, but you'll never hit the shine. Keep it 99. It's the closest you're gonna get to 100. Yeah.
Unique coast flow cuts like a knife, twisting rhythms full of life. The storyteller whispers truth in the night. Fraud judge rules with a crooked side.
Closest you're gonna get to flawless, but it's raw, it's lawless. Keep it 99. Oh, so close to the light, but you'll never hit the shine. Keep it 99. It's the closest you're gonna get to 100. Keep it 99.
What's up, Alphas? It's your boy Alphas, man. I'm him. Cute looking, clean looking, sexy. Oh, I love it. I don't know how to get it, by the way. But I'm supposed to play them. But regardless, I'm Zelme. I look cute, I look clean, I'm looking sexy. And it's Keep It 99 Sports. And of course, I'm joined with the legend himself. It is the one, the only, the judger of everyone. The judge of the South. It is Monterey.
That's crazy. I keep calling him the judge. What's it? Well, Monterey Hudson ready to make sense of this wild thing we call football because, oh boy.
And of course, we got the best in the Midwest. He's somewhere else in the Midwest doing what he does best. And it's being the best on that mic in the Midwest. Somewhere else. Repeated just a lot of Midwest. And it's Unico with. You are very much muted, sir. We cannot
hear you.
We cannot hear a word. No, we do not
Can't hear you.
You have no sound. You have muted yourself. Why we get that on this place?
But we apologize for the technical difficulties. I understand perfectly.
I'm in. By the way, so today's gonna be a good show. We talk about college football. We're gonna pick our predictions and all that. Then we're gonna go to Friday Watch, and then we'll also go into Power Rankings every week. Y'all know how we do. Like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, all that. Don't forget to join overall99media.org. Go over there, go check us out. Each page, like I said, it's gonna add a lot more. It'll be like a little mini kit for everybody when I have time to do it. A lot going on.
1, 2, say something, Unico.
Hey, listen to me talk. Now back to what I was saying. I am the big conference. That's me. I am the big conference. I am the Midwest very finest. And now I got the West Coast right there on my side too, baby. So we back. And I can't wait to talk about college playoffs and all the let's get the show started, man.
But like I said, overall, $9 like you gotta go to their website. Everybody will get like a media page sooner or later whenever I get time to just build it out. But their pages are right there. It takes you links to everybody in their individual pages and our affiliates, whether it's Sculpture, soon to be a name change, but when we get there, they'll change. So also Blurred, the Blurred Cartel, what it sounds like, all the affiliate channels will be on there as well. And all the shows this month, we can bring all of them back. I'm gonna try to get I'll Be That News and Purpose back. Those are a lot harder to bring, but Just a Fan and Man Cave will be back. And as well as Zell Theory already back with 3 episodes this week. One came out yesterday, one coming out tomorrow, one coming out Friday. Zell Reacts will be back. Every show I ever did, I'm gonna try to bring them back at least once this month. Because a video every day this month on the main channel, as well as this, because this is usually not on the main channel. So if you want to watch this, go and join the Overall 99 Sports channel. But for this entire month, it will be on here. Same with Casual Conversation on Thursday. They have their own channel. So if you enjoyed that show on Thursday, go over there and join it. But for this month, all these shows will be on here because we're bringing all the shows back that was on here, as well as overall keeping an eye on our reviews. Got to bring it back for starting next week. I think next Monday. Yeah, next Monday we will do. I don't know, not next Monday. Sometime next week we will be doing the Bel Air review because some reason they dropping all the episodes at the same time.
Yeah,
so,
we'll just do it sometime. All I can tell you.
It'd be this month. Monday, but I've realized that Monday is not a 2-episode drop. It's a 3-episode drop. And they all like 50 minutes, so no, we will not do it Monday. Because this week was a 2-episode drop.
Sometime this month, all we can say.
Yeah, so that will be there, as well as the Make It Make Sense award shows on all the year-end reviews at the end of the year. Of course, we're doing an award show December 31st for best moments of the year with all us and all that. We're gonna try to get everything down pat with all that. So be ready for all that. A lot coming on this month. So I will say this in every video. I apologize, but a lot going on. Overall99media.org as well. Go cop some merch. I'm Cute shirts are here. I will have one soon. So quarter zip, it'll be a shirt. So I appreciate that. Everybody watching. Sorry it took so long, but let's get into sports. What y'all here for?
Damn it! Talk about the sports. Damn it!
We got the locked list. These are the teams that everybody is saying locked into the NCAA tournament. As we go over the brackets to go over who should be where and what seeding there will be. But right now, we're just going to tell everybody who the locked team, and we want to get everybody's thoughts on the locked team as well as everything else. First lock, Ohio State, of course, locked in no matter what happens in this game. Same with Indiana. Win or lose, they both undefeated. They both locked in because they don't end up with one loss. Next up, Georgia. Win or lose, locked in. They have beaten most of the other teams. They have beaten a lot of the teams that's up there with them in this lock list. So Georgia will be up there. Texas A&M, locked. They don't play another game. Only one loss. They in. Texas Tech, they are hoping that BYU win this. Texas Tech win this game so they don't have to put BYU over another team. Oregon, of course, they don't have another game. Ole Miss, of course, they don't have another game. They only one loss. Oklahoma, shocking team, but they up here. Only really one of their losses, they had a quarterback with a concussion, which I think was to Texas A&M or Texas, one of them. So they lost to they lost Texas, but their quarterback. One of the games their quarterback was injured, and for some reason, Notre Dame. Which is interesting because I'm gonna get to this before everybody. We're gonna let everybody thoughts. This is my thoughts. Miami and Notre Dame has the same record. Miami beat Notre Dame. So how is Notre Dame locked? And Miami isn't. No, okay, you can say, okay, that was early in the year. Notre Dame and Miami played 4 similar teams. They played 4 of the same team. They all beat them. Miami beat 3 of the 4 teams worse by a lot more than Notre Dame. Not only that, statistically, Miami is ranked higher than Notre Dame in almost every category. Matter of fact, Miami has better wins than Notre Dame because Miami beat Notre Dame. So they have the best win on the list because they beat the team. So they have the best win. So I'm confused to how on earth Notre Dame is over Miami. It's just name power. The same way ESPN is trying to get Texas in there. For some reason, Notre Dame, who doesn't have better wins than Miami. Miami does have a worse loss. SMU is ranked. Louisville is a worse loss than Notre Dame had because Notre Dame only lost to Texas A&M and Miami, two teams. But Miami beat Notre Dame. That's the best win on the whole of both teams. So I don't know. But y'all let me know. Y'all what y'all thought on the locked in group?
Let me, if you don't mind, let me get on Notre Dame real quick. As somebody that represents Indiana, Notre Dame, look, I got a problem with them because of this. You know what? I got commitment issues, I believe. It is not due to my lack of committing. It's just that when I want to bring into the fold, you know what I'm saying? Listen, I like having somebody but being single. That works for me. And that works out exceptionally great for Notre Dame. Why is that? Their non-committal relationship with the ACC upsets me because the people that are actually in the ACC, when they play head-to-head against each other, it counts against them. It weighs against them because, I mean, what are we looking at here? We're looking at Virginia, 10-2. Miami, obviously, is 10-2. Those are ACC teams. And then, okay, now you're saying you're throwing Notre Dame out there. Most ACC teams don't even play Notre Dame like they would play against an ACC opponent. Why is that? Because they used to playing against each other. Notre Dame is that outlier. Like they won't even ACC teams won't even pull out their best plays against Notre Dame just because they don't want the teams that actually matter to see their plays. So Notre Dame, as long as they're like back in the day, that was cool. All right, they play USC, they play everybody's favorite teams every year and all that type of stuff. But I think that they need to be held accountable and they need to sit their ass with a conference. I believe that's what they need to do. And they keep on getting ahead in these college. They're always in the conversation for college football playoffs. Are they a good program? Yes, I get it. But they're always in the conversation because you don't have anything to go up against because they pick their own schedule. And I'm sure they got people smart enough at Notre Dame to be like, well, this team is going to, in the ACC, is going to have a freshman quarterback. This team is going to have this. It's just, they know what they're doing. And that's how they stay relevant. And that's how they get to go to play up. They get to go to bowl games. And guess what they don't have to do? Share with anybody because they're independent school. So that's where that. And Ohio State is exactly where they need to be. And IU is exactly where they need to be. Other than, and I'm gonna tell y'all like this. This is my last thing. Shout to Vanderbilt. I think they should be in that conversation too, instead of some other teams that are on here. I mean, they're in the SEC. They have a tough schedule. We know that.
They on the list. They just not locked.
No, they're not locked. But I'm saying, as it stands right now, they're saying that they're 14th right now. If they're ranking them right now, they're 14th.
Yeah, Alabama might lose, which would bring them out and put them in.
There's that. I mean, we still have a weekend to go, but as it's currently constructed, they're saying Oklahoma needs to be there. They're saying that Alabama should be in there. You're throwing in Notre Dame. Yeah. That's not. I mean, that's these y'all saying if it started today, this is what would be in it. And then y'all want to do the best that y'all can to be like, but can we at least put a thought into Arch Manning? Because why are they 13th? This is crazy to me. This is crazy talk. Shout out to BYU. 11-1, that's cool, but I mean we understand y'all conference, and that is what it is. And I don't understand how those guys at Brigham Young University are playing at a high level when they can't even have sex. Well, go ahead.
Yeah, but they part of the locked in group. By the way, like I said, they are the tournament committee is 100% rooting for Virginia and Texas Tech this week because if BYU get in, they get an automatic bid. And if somehow Duke beats Virginia and they get automatic bid, we got a bunch of hell gonna break loose in the tournament.
Yeah.
Look.
Did you say Duke would get in if they won?
Well, no, Duke wouldn't get in regardless. But it's only
okay.
It's only two really bad things. No, it's only two really bad things that would make this whole roster of 3 through 12 go to hell. If Duke and beat Virginia. If Duke screw around and beat Virginia, all hell gonna break loose. And if Bama loses, because if Bama loses, it's gonna open the way for because Bama having 3 losses would be really hard to explain why they would still make top 12 with 3 losses. It would really be hard. even if that was to a team they formerly beat early in the year with Georgia, it would just really be hard to explain 3 losses and justify why they would still be there. If they go out and Duke somehow pulls this upset, all hell gonna break loose.
Does that mean that would mean Texas would get in with 3 losses?
No, Texas would have. I don't think Texas still would make it, but it would be a possibility. They technically should still make it, but it would just be a possibility. Of
by the way, Virginia shouldn't be in this conversation either, but somehow Duke. Well, Virginia should have a chance to be out, but somehow Duke, Georgia Tech, Miami, Pitt, and SMU all got a 5-way tie, and Duke and all of them beat each other, and Duke didn't play not one of them.
No, the Duke doesn't get in regardless. It's just Duke has a chance to screw this up.
Losses, by the way, gets in the ACC championship game because they didn't play none of the teams they tied with, which is crazy to me how that works.
Essentially.
I mean, Texas Tech winning, like I said, those two things can't happen. Those two they can't happen.
SMU, Georgia Tech, Pitt, and Miami got a better record than Duke, but because they all had 2 losses in the ACC. And they didn't play, and Duke didn't play none of them, but they all of them beat each other. They get the tiebreaker, which I was like.
Who did Notre Dame lose to?
Texas
Miami.
Texas
See, they lost their first. I know why
they lost.
They lost their first 2 games and then ran the table with everybody else, and they decided to give them a little bit of a nod.
They're the best 2 teams they played.
Those are good losses.
They still gave them nods for running the table with everything else, and those 2 losses aren't as bad. So that's why they wanted to just squeak them in there. I wouldn't have said, but Miami got the unfortunate part of being part of the ACC. I understand that they have their own issues, which is why they kept them separate. Don't look at me. I didn't make this. I did not make this.
The head got to count.
Like, they in the ACC, that's their own problem.
I'll beat you.
They're in the ACC, and the problem with them is that they're not a part of the championship game, so like they have to let that pan itself out. I didn't make the list. It ain't my dang fault.
But Notre Dame being in on Miami is still crazy to me. So we're going to go to some of the other ones. These are still available because we have 3 spots available. One is going to the G5 highest ranked team, which right now is Tulane. So Tulane win their game. They are in the playoff. The other 2, Bama also gets locked in with the win. They won the SEC. And then the ACC championship team will get locked in too. So we'll see how that goes. That's very interesting.
Yeah, this schedule is ass. I'm looking at Notre Dame's schedule. It is pretty ass.
2 games they played tough team. Also,
but they lost them. They were close games, 1 by 3 points and 1 by 1. So, but other than that, though, the rest of these games were blowouts, and this is crazy.
Miami also played 4 of the same team they played, and Miami beat 3 of them way worse than Notre Dame did. So
it's gonna be insane. It's already crazy. We thought that this would be more simplifying the college football playoffs. Okay, just let the top 4 teams get here, then just let the conference champions get 5 through 8, and then the rest of them go here. No, it's even more complicated now because teams did not want to lose and win like they were supposed to, and at least 1 or 2 teams getting upset every week. Now you got this snafu on everywhere between 4 and 12. Oh, I don't want to even see. I don't even want to see the playoffs if Texas make it in. I'm just gonna tell you that. If Texas make it in, I don't even want to see the playoffs at this point. It's just gonna be nothing
That's a conspiracy. That's a conspiracy. That's the man.
I don't want to see the playoffs.
We gotta go over some of the championship games to figure out who we gonna have automatically in. Alabama, Georgia, who y'all got winning?
I got Bama because for some reason, I don't think Georgia is just going to go all out in this game. Like, they already locked in the playoffs no matter what they do. And the only difference between this and the other would be they would have to have a home game in the first round or they would get a first round bye. Maybe they really, really want the first round bye, but I'm also of the mindset that they wouldn't want to go full out to possibly have some kind of injury or something before you get into the playoffs. So in my mind, I think Georgia holds back a bit. And if Alabama's desperate, because they're like, we have to win. So if they're desperate and, your head coach is basically playing for his job, because if the head coach knows anything better about Alabama and you don't win this game and you get put out the playoffs with 3 losses, they're going to have your head. So therefore, he's going to be desperate. Bama going to be desperate. And I think Georgia's going to be a little more chill. So, and Alabama technically did beat them earlier, so they have at least some idea of what works. I just don't think Georgia's going to go too far and beyond on the game that don't matter as much for them as does matter.
If that situation happens,
bro, they're gonna have his head. They're gonna have his head.
Ole Miss is at number 6. If Alabama loses, if Georgia loses, they go behind Ole Miss. That means Ole Miss moves up.
I mean, they'll move up. They'll move up. But
if Ohio State blows out Indiana, Ole Miss moves up. Ole Miss gets a bye in the first round.
I mean, Ole Miss will get a bye. They might be helpful for them to recollect themselves. But like I said, I just don't think Georgia, it's serious for Georgia, but it's not as serious for Georgia. It's basically the difference between we host the first round game or we don't play in the first round. It's one or the other. Bama, like, look, Kirby knows this is for his job. This is his job. Like, this is his job. They're going to try to have his head. If he goes out with 3 losses and loses, bro, they're going to have his head.
If he get 3 losses, so therefore,
in my mind, I think they pull it out because they're going to be a little bit more desperate. And he's going to be more desperate. In Georgia, I just don't think it's going to go all out in this kind of game. I just don't think they are. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they really want the first round bye. I just don't think they do.
I got Georgia. I got Georgia because Atlanta is going to be a movie this weekend, like it is every weekend of the SEC championship game. And to have Georgia, and Georgia represents it pretty much every year, and pretty much Alabama. So either LSU, it's going to be lit. And so with that being said, with that being said, if I'm Georgia, I'm going in there to win this because I got to do this because this is still the SEC. Alabama and Georgia been going back and forth as SEC teams. Sometimes you throw Auburn in there, and LSU just didn't join the party this year. But it's usually that collection of teams. So with that being said, I think Georgia pulls this out because A, it's essentially a home game, and B, it's a home game. Like, it's a home game. Georgia's going to want to win this game. They're going to want to win it. I'm sorry.
ESPN doing a lot of propaganda, by the way. I've been seeing it. They're like, Texas get in. I'm like, that's nasty. That's nasty work. That's nasty work. That's absolutely disgusting. They're trying to get Ole Miss out because they ain't got their coach and put Texas in. Also, they are nasty, but Ole Miss not getting out because they'll be insane.
Ole Miss can't go nowhere. They're not going nowhere.
I know Ole Miss ain't going nowhere because they lost their coach and they still put them at 6.
They actually rose up still, so they really believe that losing Lane Kiffin isn't going to affect them that much. That's what the committee believes.
They got Georgia by 2.5 in Vegas. Vegas has them by 2.5.
Like, in my mind, I think the committee is really of the mindset, losing him is going to just fuel them to want to prove him wrong, instead of losing him is going to have a detrimental effect. That's got to be what the committee is going with.
They went up to 6, so they
got to be like, it's going to fuel them rather than lower them down. It's got to be what they thinking. Otherwise,
I know y'all reading this. This is from yesterday. This is a yesterday thing. They Ole Miss moved it to 6. So I just want everybody to know.
Yeah, that's the only way that makes sense. They got to be thinking, okay, it's just going to fuel them instead of lower them down. And a week off? I'm just saying, if they move up the 4, get a week off, collect themselves, hey, Ole Miss is going to be a nasty fight for whoever has to play them in round 1 or 2 if they get that bye. I'm just saying.
But we're going to talk about 2 games that the committee is looking at hard because the Alabama, I believe the Alabama-Georgia game, Alabama lose, they out, they win, they in. I don't think there's much thought about it. But Texas Tech BYU is huge.
That's huge.
Who do y'all got winning the game? They played earlier.
Wait, so BYU is in the Big 12?
Yeah,
that's the championship game. Yeah.
By the way, they play early this season, and I watched that game.
I mean, so that means they still play against Oklahoma. They still play against. Oh, I'm sorry. So who's in the 12 now?
Colorado, Arizona State, Texas Tech, BYU, basically the smallest schools.
It's like Mountain West, still Mountain West with some Pac-10, old Pac-10. Dang, I'm trying to think of that schedule because that quote unquote version of Pac-10 is ass. Because that's Arizona State, but isn't Arizona in this hunt or something? Wasn't they close?
I don't even know what the Pac, whatever it is. But that's Arizona State, Arizona. They
broke up the Pac-10 and made them Big Ten, and then put some of them with the Big 12. Okay. No, that you said so. It's BYU versus Texas Tech.
Yeah, that game's huge.
That'll
Like
be interesting.
Texas Tech,
That'll be interesting.
like Texas Tech pretty much dispatched with them relatively easily in the first game. They didn't really have many problems moving the ball up and down the field. It is BYU's only loss is Texas Tech, and it wasn't close.
What? Listen, when I say you watched that game and you looked at that game and you like, oh, that team has no chance to beat this team. They whooped them in every facet.
It wasn't close. I'm like, they didn't have no problems dealing with BYU at all.
Athletically, they don't have the athletes. They don't have the athletes that Texas Tech brings in. Brigham Young doesn't bring in those kind of athletes. Good season.
But I mean, it goes to the same thing like I had with Bama and Georgia, but to a more extent. Texas Tech don't need the game. Regardless, they don't need the game. But it's just a matter of if they really want a first round bye or not. They don't need the game. And I'm just like, it goes to the same thing. If Texas Tech don't need the game, they don't really get the spot.
You about that though. The talent gap is that big of a difference.
I said like the other problem is like, Alabama and Georgia is way more even. This?
even not motivated.
That's why I'm thinking in my head like BYU's motivated, but Texas Tech's like we don't really have no issue with y'all. Like, that's their only loss, and it was not close. I was just like if Texas Tech is actually playing serious, like even though it's only for a bye, I say only for a bye like it's not important. If Texas Tech takes the game serious, BYU ain't gonna win. If they take it serious, they're not gonna win.
And let me throw this thought to you too, though. We keep talking about how, they already in. Is this game important? Hey, you know who else is thinking about getting in? People that are trying to get into the NFL. Some of these games, the extra game film that they get from these championship games and all that type of stuff, could be the difference between 7th round, 3rd round, maybe a 1st round, maybe going higher in the 1st round. Some of these guys got something to play hard for. So that might be somebody that maybe a safety or something. He's like, man, I need to really do really well against Brigham Young and not let them complete any passes and put that film on there because that could be the difference between it could be $1 million gap or hundreds of thousands of dollars in the gap that you get paid going into the league or going into next year, what you might be looking at for your NIL deal for next year. So that's just some stuff we got to think about too, because they might be like, damn, the team, I need this for my NFL career.
I'm just saying, like, I know team like a first round bye is important, but it also can work against you. If you're not hot necessarily working into games and stuff like that.
Actually lost in the first
round. But to be fair, last year the 4 teams that had the byes were not the best teams of the tournament. So that it's not necessarily as fair. They were not the best teams in the tournament, but it's a little bit finicky with first round bye, which is why I'm always in the mindset that all teams necessarily don't play for them. In this. Like Texas Tech, like I say, if they taking the games, I'm assuming they're gonna take the game serious. If they take the game serious, BYU's not gonna win. Like they're not gonna do it. They're gonna take them down. They're gonna play it serious. They might get beat worse. They may get beat worse.
I ain't never seen a team. Look, Texas Tech was motivated to play them the first game. They didn't get. I don't think BYU got like past the 50 for most of that game. I said.
No, I said if they taking the game serious because they really want this first round bye, BYU might get beat worse. They may get beat worse, and it's hard to overcome not only the talent gap but the determination that we need to win because we don't want to play next week. BYU might not can stop that. They may not be able to stop that. If they take it serious.
I watched that game. I said I don't know how BYU overcome.
If they take it serious, I don't see them winning.
I'm saying I don't know how they overcome.
Mike Leach would make sure that they score 80 points in this game. I'll tell you that much if he was still there.
My other opposite is like Bama can play Georgia. Georgia take the game serious, and Bama can still win. That's why I'm just like I'm of the mindset Bama can win that game. This one, I don't know what they do. Like if Texas Tech like we don't want to play next week. All right, then BYU might get 60 put on them. Like it just. It is what it is. I don't really know what can stop it.
Yo, that team got dismantled that first time. That was
y'all don't belong. That was a you don't belong here kind of game. you don't belong here.
Basically, it was like y'all in our league. And that was that game like y'all not in our league. Get out. Like it was just they wasn't close.
Yo, I'm telling you, BYU didn't get past the 50. I said, D-boy can't do. They quarterback got hurt. They was just ramping it. It was crazy. I got to take
talent gap will do that. Talent gap will do that to you, man.
No, I think
especially in college. College has a nasty gap. Like it is what it is.
I think the Big
A
12.
grown man is a grown man, and a kid is a kid in college. Like that's
Since the NIL here too with Texas Tech money, there's nobody in that conference can compete with them.
Texas Tech got old money too, boy. I bet they would have been able to compete back in the day.
It's gonna be ugly. It's gonna be ugly.
I just learned that Colorado, Arizona State, and them struggling with Arizona State now. Arizona got money, but Arizona State and them struggling with money a little bit. Texas Tech got like a surplus of a like super.
They ain't gonna have the LSU money he about to have though. I can tell you that much.
Hey, Texas Tech was waiting for the day that they could use NIL. They said, "All right, bow, now we good." They was waiting.
Yeah, Texas and Texas A&M gone too. Shit, this our conference. Yep. This our conference now. But
yeah, it can be. Texas Tech could be running things for years to come. Honestly,
them other teams going to ask for them to get out the conference.
Basketball is going to have to do it for your Arizona States, and I mean in Arizona, and like your basketball program is going to have to do it.
BYU basketball team.
They make it every year.
That basketball conference is going to be nice though for them. Texas Tech ain't winning it. But I don't think money.
No, they ain't winning that. But I'm just saying that basketball team is going to have to generate money, the NIL money for football if they actually want to do something.
Arizona State, BYU, all really good basketball program.
Yeah.
Speaking of a good conference, Duke, Virginia.
Man, look, I told you, Virginia cannot lose that game. I would say for the safety and the health of the college football playoff and the committee's prayers, Virginia cannot lose that game. Like they cannot lose that game. You want to let a 5-loss team, it's gonna be 5 losses if Duke lose. You want to let a 4-loss team throw off at least 6 different slots in the college football playoff rankings. They're gonna throw off at least 6. At least 6 if they win that game.
People lose their job. People lose their jobs if they have to end up making a decision based off of the Duke win. People will lose their job from the playoff committee all the way to people, analysts and the analysts on they actually gonna have to do their job.
It's gonna be bad because
yes, agreed. I want the chaos.
No, Ole Miss, Texas A&M, Oklahoma, Bama, Notre Dame, BYU, and Miami, and Texas all get affected if Virginia loses that game. They all get affected if Virginia loses that game. It's going to be so bad. So bad. If they lose that game. It's going to be so bad. It shouldn't have that much stakes to it. But like 6 different teams are depending on that game, bro. Virginia can't lose that game.
Facts.
Oh, my gosh, they can't lose that game.
I'm here for the chaos of it.
I think they might cheat for Virginia winning.
Because it's too much on the line. People are going to be exposed, y'all. People are going to
if they lose that game.
Virginia not the best team in the ACC, but they're a good team. Duke is not a good team.
No, Duke is a bad team. They can't lose that game. They cannot lose that game. It's going to be so bad.
Like, let Virginia ranked what, 17th now? So they be in the regular.
They 17th. They shouldn't lose that game. But bruh, we've seen ranked teams lose to unranked teams all season. How we got here.
So if Duke wins, Duke won't even be ranked if they got in the tournament still because
they're gonna have 4 losses regardless. They're not gonna be in it regardless. But oh my God, Duke ain't.
They got 5 though.
I thought they're gonna have 5 if they lose this one.
No, I think they have 5 now.
Oh God, they're gonna be even worse then.
Yeah, Duke. They just didn't play nobody that they played against.
Here's my thing. This is where the exposure comes. First of all, it's going to be a whole bunch of ESPN analysts that have to 100% admit that they have not watched any of these team seasons and they are not well versed. If Duke wins, they will have to tell the whole world, I did not watch any of these games all season for.
Duke. For instance, they got 5 losses. Yep.
Say for instance, like BYU, all those different type of teams. Well, not even them, but like they're already in. But I'm just saying, I would have to admit that I've not seen a Brigham Young game. I'd have to admit that as a media person. I have to admit that.
Virginia played them 2 weeks ago. They shouldn't have a problem beating them again. They played them 2 weeks ago.
I watched BYU play Texas Tech. I watched them play Colorado, and I watched them. I think they play Arizona State. I watched them 3 games.
I like my second time around. I'm gonna be honest because I know you now. So I've been in that situation where, well, I've not lost twice to somebody in a season before, but I played people twice and it was a little different just because they know you. They remember how it feels like, a corner's trying to press me. They can press me a little bit better than they did the first time because they didn't know what to expect or they couldn't adjust to my speed. But when they play me a second time, I better back off a little bit. They play you differently. You really hate to play people twice. That's why the NFL is as crazy as it is, because you could be the worst team in the league. I mean, in that conference, but that second time around, I might actually beat you, and that's why we got to be careful. A lot of these Washington Commanders are on the Eagles and other teams down the stretch. I'm just throwing stuff out there. So
Jaden is expected back this week too. So yeah.
So I mean, people calling them games gimmies, but that second time around,
yeah, we got one more.
Okay.
Ohio State, Indiana.
Yeah,
that don't matter. That
it don't matter. It don't matter. But
so we gonna play somewhere they're supposed to be. It's a prediction. So
it don't matter because it only affects who's gonna be 1 and who's gonna be 2. At the end of the day, it ain't nothing but pride. And like I don't know if either one of them is gonna take the game seriously because they're like, bro, it's just a matter of who's gonna be 1 and who's gonna be 2.
I'm telling you right now.
IU needs this.
I'm telling you right now.
IU needs this.
Who? If Indiana gets blown out, they won't be 2. It depends if they get blown out.
I don't think Indiana's gonna get blown out. To be fair, I don't think they're gonna get blown out. I don't think they'll get blown out.
I'm saying they could be a lot different depending on what happened in this game.
I'll be fair.
They'll take this game into account, I believe. But I mean, 1 versus 2 is, 1 and 2.
Look, I really don't think
1 and 2 for a reason.
Look, I'm gonna be fair. Indiana loses this game. I'll even go so far as say if they get blown out in this game, I really don't think that there will be enough to knock them out of top 4. I just don't think that. Like, I just do not feel like if you lose to the number 1 team in the country, I just don't see that way. If you lose to the number 1 team in the country and you have no other losses on your schedule, nothing else even remotely close, and every other team that's going to be under you is also 1 loss, I just cannot see them knocking them out of top 4. I can't see that. Like,
it's only going to be 4 teams in contention. So let's go. If Indiana gets blown out, do they get hit or Texas A&M?
Yeah, you do.
Okay, if they get blown out and Georgia win, do they get in over Georgia? No, Georgia is Georgia. They not.
No. Georgia, they wouldn't get over Georgia. That's no.
Okay, Texas Tech. Would they get over Texas Tech? Both got weak schedules per se, for most part.
Yeah, you put them over Texas Tech. You would. Yeah, because y'all only lost.
No, I'm saying, are you saying IU has a weak schedule?
They have only played Oregon. So yes. Ole Miss. Would they get ahead of Ole Miss?
Yeah.
Ole Miss has more top. Ole Miss has played a lot of these teams on this list. Indiana has beat Oregon. Ole Miss has beat
my main reason for that is like if my only loss is to the number 1 ranked team in the country, it's not really a lot of negative you're gonna say on me on it. I just like they would have to get blown out. And I just don't feel that way.
Ole Miss will be the only loss will be to the number 2 team in the country if they get. They only lost
but you lost to me. Like so I you lost to me.
But if Ole Miss game would have been closer, if blowed out, only if blowed out.
I still don't think that because, like, bro, there's no way you're gonna put a team I beat above me and we have the same record. That don't make sense.
Georgia, we're not talking about Georgia. We're talking about Indiana versus Ole Miss. Georgia will be ahead of Ole Miss. Georgia will be ahead of Ole Miss.
Yeah, Georgia be ahead of Indiana if they got blown out like that.
Indiana lost to the number 1 team in the country. Hypothetically, if they blown out, listen, if they don't get blown out, we agree they'll probably still end up being number 2. That'd be number 2 or 3.
I'm looking at the actual IU schedule because I know that they had some close games. Yeah, this is probably IU gonna get blown out, man.
This hypothetical.
I'm looking at it. This is looking like a blowout.
I'm looking again now because the only other Indiana is going to have the boon of having the number 4 team that they've also beaten under. I don't see them falling out of 4. I can't see it. Even if they get blown out, I don't see them falling out of 4.
They might, man. I mean, you was in a 5-point game with Iowa. Okay, yes, you did beat Oregon. I'll give you that.
Like you beat Oregon. So for me, I think you would move Georgia up and if you want to argue, Ole Miss might be ahead of them. I think that's fine. I don't really see a way you could put Oregon, Texas Tech, or Texas A&M in top 4 above them. I can't see that.
Oregon can't go ahead now.
No, I said Oregon can't do it. I don't think Texas Tech. I don't think Texas A&M is going to have enough in Texas Tech.
I agree with Monte. I agree with Monte now. I'm looking at it. I don't think they'll put Texas Tech A&M because Texas.
I can't see them putting
out of the one-loss teams.
You Notre Dame though. How much they value Notre Dame because they love Notre Dame and Texas A&M did beat Notre Dame.
I can't do it. Like, I can't see it. My only loss to number 1. I also have beaten number 4, and you're gonna put 4 teams above. I can't see that. I can't see them putting 4 teams above, and the number 4 team current, you wouldn't be one of them, and you have to argue Texas Tech, Texas A&M, or Ole Miss. I'm giving you Ole Miss. I'm giving you 3. So even taking Georgia and Ole Miss, you got to make an argument for either Texas Tech or Texas A&M to be above Indiana after a whole season. I can't. I just don't see a way you can argue that. I can't see it.
A fun scenario though. If Ole Miss gets number 5 and Tulane gets number 12, being the last seed in, Ole Miss already played Tulane and beat them 45-10.
So they ain't gonna do nothing but boost them up. You are trying to find the best possible way to let Ole Miss get this bye. That's what I've noticed throughout this whole time. You were trying to let them get this bye.
Listen,
you know what?
I'm rooting like hell for them since that man left them like that. I'm not gonna lie. I am biased. That man left them kids lying dry and my cousin on team. So I am
he did what was best for him. Yeah, it's a little dirty, but we also have to blame the NCAA scheduling because this is a horrible time for this to happen, and it's all their own fault. So yeah, he did what he felt was best for him. Yeah, Ole Miss got done a little dirty, but the NCAA needs to change their schedule after this because this is horrible.
But like I said, I'm letting y'all know I am rooting for them. If they can somehow get that Cinderella story off, that shit gonna be epic. I'm not gonna lie.
You think Ole Miss runs the table?
I said if they could.
If they run the table, it'd be wow.
That quarterback, by the way, they quarterback Chambers. If he played the whole season, he'll be a Heisman Trophy candidate, and it's crazy.
I'll tell you, I'm telling y'all now why IU will not drop. IU will not drop if they lose in this game because how many losses do they have?
What?
None. That'll be the only loss. That'll be the only loss.
So now let's look at these people that have losses. They lost them in the season. Some of these people's seasons are done, right? Like Ole Miss, because Ole Miss is not going to wear a championship game. IU has an extra game. But if there was not an extra game, you just say that they're the only other undefeated school. So the fact that they have to play an extra game,
well, Georgia
but they got a loss there, man, in the season, sir. IU does not. That's what you have to go off of. You lost in the season. I have not lost the season. If I didn't have to have this, I would have a perfect record. Period. So I think that IU doesn't drop at all. And like Ole Miss,
if they get blown out, drop. But like I said, if they don't get blown out, they don't drop. If they get blown out, they drop.
No, I mean, in my mind, if they get blown out, they drop at best 2 spots. At best 2 spots. I don't think there's an argument that they could drop top 4. I don't think they drop out of top 4 at all. I just don't think there's a way you can argue that. Even with a blowout,
you kick Texas Tech out. You kick them out of that if they lose. You push them down
I just don't
to
think
make
there's a
room
way
for
you can put 4 teams above them, even if they get blown out by the number 1 team. There's just no way you can argue 4 teams above them. I just don't see it. 3 and bits, not 4.
I'm gonna be Texas Tech schedule ain't been good enough, and Texas A&M. Somehow Texas A&M avoided everybody.
It's that side of the SEC. It's that side. It's not their year to play the other side.
But the other side is Ole Miss, and they just still somehow skip them. Like, how do
you get Arkansas? Like, this is the year you get to play Arkansas. You know what I'm saying? This is their year to get them. That type of get them. Yeah, I just think that Georgia would be the only team that would just overtake IU. But I will put them in a preemptive as a segue here. A preemptive. IU is on the fraud alert heavy. Period. They are on the fraud alert. This could be a very fraudulent team. As
long as they don't get blown out, I think nobody's gonna really sweat to anything about them. If they get like 50 put up on them and they only put up 10 points, then we might be like, okay, they might be a little more vulnerable than we thought they were. But otherwise, be fair, while we talking about this, we do have to bring this up. This could also be a fraudulent alert on Ohio State because they also
played
nobody of real major mention on their own schedule. We just gonna keep it a bean because we've also said throughout the shows that Ohio State may not be the real number one, and they
Y'all
have
said that.
only
Y'all
played.
said that. Y'all said that because
I know I said it. I ain't deny. I know I said Indiana might have a better case to be number one. Right now, they've
clearly
only
the best team. Clearly the best team in the nation.
the only team Ohio State has played. The only team Ohio State has played was Michigan and Illinois.
Oregon,
Those are the only ranked
Oregon.
teams they played.
They have not played Oregon.
No,
They play.
Ohio
They play.
Oregon.
They play Oregon. They play Texas. They play Texas. We'll give you Michigan.
Texas and Illinois. Texas, Illinois, and Michigan. That was it. They're the only ranked team.
They
have not played a single
Oregon
top 10
early
team.
in the season, man.
They have not played a single top 10 team.
Ohio State has not played Oregon.
So, like, arguments can be made that they may also become, exposed.
Texas Tech would have a better win than Ohio State if they did lose that.
Now, if we being fair, let's just go on the opposite spectrum and say Ohio State get blown out.
Oh,
it's a possibility that they could fall out of top 4. It very much is a possibility.
And that name power gonna keep them in there.
I don't see how.
That name gonna keep them in there.
If they get blown out, you could argue that they may not make top 4.
You telling me they ain't gonna have Ohio State, Michigan, Notre Dame in the top 4? No, they gonna make sure they gonna
look at we had to be fair and look at Indiana's regimen. Ohio State does not have a single impressive. Like they have a bunch of blowouts on sorry teams and non-ranked teams. They do not have a single impressive game, not even a victory, a game on a top 12 team.
The top 4 would be Indiana, Georgia, A&M, Ole Miss, and Texas Tech. You telling me right now they not gonna have a single true old school blue blood? Georgia's a new blue blood.
Look, we in the day of the NIL. We are in the era of the NIL deals. Sometimes stuff ain't gonna go the way you think it will.
It's gonna be a cold as hell. Not one of them big name teams gonna get in.
Bro, like, look, I'm sorry. We are in the days of NIL. Sometimes it just may not be pretty when you get to the college football playoffs. But I'm telling you, if Ohio State get blown out, now they probably don't get blown out, but they get blown out, they get 50 put on them 50-10. There's a realistic possibility. They may look at them and be like, bro, we cannot justify putting them top 4. When all these other one-loss teams just got better regimens than schedules, better like resumes and everything they do. Like Ohio State does not have a single solitary quality game.
No, let me tell you why though. Hold on. Let me tell you why though. The Big Ten beats up on each other, and that's why they're not ranked as high because they beat up on each other. So you got good teams.
Play nobody. Play nobody.
No, you saying they're not playing nobody based off the record. You're not saying because of like, okay, I'm Washington, and I go play you. I'm Washington. They're ranked that way because you're going off of wins and losses, right? So what happens if you're in a conference that is so good that they actually beat up on each other and they look worse than what their record indicates? Does that make sense to you?
Beside them though, all them teams got lost to each other.
I think that Washington is a good program. I believe that UCLA is a good program.
They are good programs, but their win-loss record indicates they're not the best.
But they're better. They
can be good programs. They're not the best.
They're better than what their record indicates. That happens.
Right now, we're going by record. You go by record. We ain't got. You can give 30 points.
We've been arguing for weeks. We've been arguing for weeks.
Congratulations for coming, but right now you're not important. That's what it is.
Look at everybody. You see that SEC list right there? Everyone of them teams beat each other.
You said what?
Everyone of them teams on the SEC list right there beat each other. Every team on the SEC beat each other.
So how they all just have one loss here? They had some
because they're good.
They all beat each other once or twice, so it evens out.
Because they're good. They only lost against each other. They lost to each other and beat up everybody else.
Championship game right now, them and Texas and them, because every other team got only one loss in the conference as well.
You know what? It's too early. It's too early to argue the Ohio State thing right now. So go ahead, y'all got it today. Don't worry. When I come back like I did when I come back like I did last year, it'll be the same crickets, just like y'all heard, just like
No,
last
just
year. Y'all ain't
hopefully
gonna
they
have shit
don't
to
get
say.
blown
Y'all ain't
out.
gonna have
That's all.
shit to say.
Hopefully they don't get blown out. That's all we need to hope for. They don't get
Who,
blown
who
out.
they gonna get blown out by? Who? IU? That's not
No, I'm
even a.
saying we have to hope that they don't get blown out. That's all it is.
Yeah, so that's just a mute point, but Monte just put it if it is.
Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. I didn't mean. I didn't mean to turn up about a mute point. My apologies. that
I don't think
the Ohio disrespect gotta go, man. That Ohio State disrespect, man. That just irks me because
Monte just put a hypothetical out, and
I just put it out to be fair. Like we were looking at Indiana and what happens if they get blown out. You have to be fair and like, well, if Ohio State get blown out, it might be a little worse.
everybody here picked Ohio State to win the game.
yeah, I can't see a world where they lose to IU right now.
So we got Ohio State number one. Cause we're finna make a little break real quick, and then we're gonna move on. Ohio State number one. Who we got number two? Georgia.
If IU loses, then I have to give it to Georgia.
Okay. Number three, we going with Indiana.
Well, no, actually, I'm gonna go like if IU loses in a close game, IU still stays at 2.
I like that too. Just because that's an extra game, they could just end the season 12-0, and
If
that gives you
close,
the right to be
nobody's
there.
gonna be like, well, you lost by 3 points to the number one team. Nobody's gonna look at that bad.
I thought I'm saying they're gonna get blowed out, so I'm gonna move them to 3.
Oh, I don't think they'll get blown out. I technically don't think that should be.
It's gonna be a close game because they're gonna determine if it's 2 or 3.
Yep.
Is that you getting blowed out, Joe?
Are we calling it a blowout 16 or more?
Look, I'm gonna be fair. I think it's on the board they win, but we'll leave it at that.
I'm leaning.
I think gotta blow it, kind of. So
I think it's on the point that they actually could win.
Georgia 2.
I think it's a very comfortable win for Ohio State.
Oh, we're going Georgia 2. 3.
Georgia would go to. I would take Georgia. I would put Georgia at 2. When IU loses, I gotta do it.
Yeah, so Georgia 2, Indiana 3. So I don't think Ole Miss. Oregon,
Alabama's out, right? Alabama's out. That means Alabama's out.
If we say they lose, Alabama's out.
No. Yeah, if
Alabama's out.
I don't think they can justify it if Alabama take 3 losses.
So number 4, who we got? Number 4, we got Ole Miss, Oregon, or Texas Tech. Then the 3 teams are gonna be in the next one.
If nothing else happens, I think Oregon still stays at 4. Then, if nothing else really happens.
So IU and then Oregon, right?
Got a better win.
IU and then Oregon. So IU 3, Oregon 4, and then you start getting back into SEC world and whatever the hell.
Oh, we got Oregon 4. Who we got 5? Texas Tech or Ole Miss? Which one?
So then Ole Miss would be 5. That would bump them up a spot.
Okay, Ole Miss over Texas Tech. 6. Who we got? We got Texas Tech.
Texas Tech would just stay there. Then Texas Tech would just stay there.
Texas Tech would stay there. And the only thing you really got to worry about is what happens with Alabama getting put out.
Okay, now it's really interesting.
That's gonna be ugly.
We all lost teams. We got 12 teams to go. We got 7 through 12. We said who we saying getting it out to the Power 5 teams?
I mean, because you might get
but we got Tulane, JMU, North Texas, UNLV. I think Tulane winning.
I'm going for Tulane. I mean, I'm going for Tulane. But I'll tell you what, Alabama takes that L, then you start thinking about Vanderbilt for sure. I think you start thinking about Vanderbilt. I would take Vanderbilt. I would take Vanderbilt over Texas to get in if Alabama loses.
Man, I'm be so upset Texas gets in.
Who do we got?
That's my
7?
thing.
Who do we have at number 7?
No, because I think it stays the same until you get to Alabama part. And then, you know what I'm saying? Because the only thing that shakes up is 1 through 4, just because of IU lost. And then Alabama losing to Georgia, because that would mean Georgia beat Alabama. That means Alabama's out that picture. So that's when things start shaking up. Everybody moves up 1 until Alabama. And then once you get to Alabama spot, you got to start thinking, is it Vanderbilt or are you going with Texas? And I say you go with Vanderbilt.
Okay, so if this is what I was thinking. If everything moves out the way, I think BYU would move up. I think BYU would move up, which would be a little weird. So BYU would probably end up being at 10. Because they leave Alabama alone.
Texas Tech beat them, so therefore BYU out.
Oh yeah, so BYU's out. Then Miami will go there. Miami will go straight there.
Everybody understand? Because we got Virginia.
So that's Alabama and BYU as the shake up there. So
yeah,
2 spots that would be
out if that happened, which I think they would just go straight up to Vanderbilt and Miami would both move up.
Vanderbilt and Miami is what I would say. That's what I would say. I would not put
I think
Texas
both of
in
them
there.
would just go straight up, and then
We got
From
Yeah,
a
three.
football standpoint, Vanderbilt should get in there, but from a money standpoint, they're probably going to push Arch, man. They're going to push Texas
We
to make
got
money. They're going to
we got
do it.
three spots. We got three fill-ins, 7, 8, and 9. We already got Notre Dame, Tulane, and Virginia. So now we got 3 open spots. We got Oklahoma.
okay, I think I got the mindset. So leave Oklahoma, Notre Dame be fine. I think what would end up happening,
It's
Vanderbilt
after 10.
Vanderbilt
It's
would
after
end up
10.
moving. No, Vanderbilt would end up moving up to 10. Miami would probably move up to 11, and then they would have to decide between Bama, BYU, and Texas for the number 12 spot.
Interesting. Okay. Hold on. So Bama, BYU, and Texas.
And I think, in my mind, I think they would go with BYU.
We're trying to make a list. We got Oklahoma at 7. We automatically just because they automatically in, right? 2 losses.
Yeah, Oklahoma at 7, Notre Dame would be at 8.
Notre Dame at 8.
Yeah.
We got
Texas
also,
A&M would still be there though.
we got 11. We're gonna have Virginia as 11, and we're gonna have Tulane at number 12. So we got 9 and 10 left.
Yeah, because if you're see, now you got to take into account that Alabama lost in a championship game that counts. Like they didn't lose just a willy-nilly
But
game.
Alabama having 3 losses, I think, were way too heavy on them.
Is Arch Manning playing in a game this weekend? No.
Yeah, he's playing, but
He can't help. No, I'm saying he can't help us. What is it? Arch Manning in Texas is in a championship game this weekend?
Georgia, Alabama.
no,
That's what I'm saying. So there's nothing Arch Manning and rest of Texas that they can do to help their case at all. They're just stuck. So it's going to depend on, do you go with Vanderbilt? Do you go with Alabama, or who's going to bring? Are you thinking money or are you thinking football?
I'll be.
I
If Texas getting in, if it's money, Texas getting in. Yeah.
No, if it's money,
no, they're not. I
think it's Bama.
I think
it's
Texas.
Bama.
Like that, you would have to decide between BYU taking a loss to a top, 16, or Alabama taking a loss to a higher team, but they have 3 losses. And if I gotta think honestly, because there's enough NIL money and Ohio State and Georgia's already there, I think they would just let BYU slip in and stay. If I gotta think, because Alabama having 3 losses and getting ahead of like 2 to 3 2-win teams, I think it's just too much for them to try to slide under the rug when you already have enough noteworthy teams to where it wouldn't really matter. I just don't think that one's gonna slide. So I think BYU would slide in and take the last spot, and Bama would just be out. 3 losses matters a lot. 3 losses matter.
Texas get 9, Bama gets 10. BYU get 10.
Yeah, I think BYU would get 10. Because I just don't see Bama surviving with 3 losses and them. Because Bama would not only get to like number 12 or something. Bama would be like 10. And they already.
Is it fair for Miami not to be in and Notre Dame to be in after they beat them with the same record?
I don't know why Notre Dame's here to begin with. Like, you have to ask the committee for that.
Notre Dame is there off of a formula that works. It's a formula that works. I pick my schedule and I play.
Money.
I'm independent, and I can pick my schedule.
I want to put the teams out there that we got left. We have Ohio State 1, Georgia 2, Indiana 3, Oregon 4, Ole Miss 5, Texas Tech 6, Oklahoma 7, Notre Dame 8, 9 and 10 is open, Virginia at 11, Tulane at 12. So we got the 3 at large, the independent.
Well, what happened to Texas A&M?
Oh,
yeah, what happened to Texas A&M?
My bad. Oh, yeah, Texas A&M.
That's why I was confused.
So it's only two at large based off of our predictions. It's only about basically what happens if Bama loses.
Yeah,
okay, so it goes back to what I was thinking. Like 1 through 7, roughly we have that set. 1 through 9 is roughly set. And it would only go down to Alabama losing and then BYU possibly losing.
So we got 1 spot left.
Because I don't even want to get into the hypothetical. What if Alabama wins the SEC? Because then you're like, are they a top 14? I don't want to do.
Nah, Bama not gonna rise that high. Bama not gonna rise that high.
Yeah, you would have that question.
It's
I
Alabama.
can't see Bama rising that high.
It's a conversation, but with two
I
losses.
can't see it. I can't see
losses.
Bama rising that high. They only have 2 losses,
losses,
but
top
it's
four.
one loss teams ahead of them. I can't see them rising that high.
This last team thrown out anyway. so they last team thrown out. But so far we got Alabama, BYU, Miami, Texas, and Vanderbilt fighting for this one spot. Oh, who we gonna give it to?
And it's not in anybody's hands that you're talking about. And Bama's the only one that got their fate in their hands.
I say, yeah, Bama
Texas-
win. Bama
Texas
win. Bama
can't-
win.
Yeah,
Texas
but-
can't do anything to be better. Vanderbilt can't do anything to be better. They can't do anything. That's just like a nigga that retired from basketball, such as Michael Jordan. There ain't shit else he can do to make his case. Only people that still playing can make their case. So
If I think if Bama win that end, if Bama win that end, I think if BYU loses, but it's close, even if it's close, I think if BYU loses and it's close, I think they still make it.
When BYU win, this is mute too, because
Yeah, I mean it's new then, but I'm saying if BYU loses, but it's close, they still might be able to get in over Vanderbilt. Miami is still weird as to why Notre Dame was chosen above them, but if BYU lose close, like it feels like a 3-point loss, even a touchdown loss, they may still be able to slide in.
I would feel so bad for Miami to watch a team have the same record as them
ooh.
and not get in. That would drive me insane. I'm not lying. As a player, I'd be like, this ain't even real to me. I beat that team and they're in, and I'm not, and we got the same record. That would drive me crazy. By default, I would want Miami in because that would drive me crazy. That made the tournament weird, bro.
Hey, we'll see what the college football committee decides to decide.
But have you and Unique ever seen in a world with two teams basically in the same conference? Because basically what Joe said is right. They play the ACC, but they play all the weak ACC teams every year. And then they'll play one good one just so they can say we played a good ACC team. And they lose to that one good one. And then they don't have any wins better, but the team that they lost to is the same with the same record. And they don't get in, but we do. That's awkward. That is very awkward to me.
Look, ESPN still ain't gave me that good of an explanation as to why Notre Dame made it out of nowhere anyway. I don't even know what to tell you.
You don't really put them on here because ESPN done told us they locked in. ESPN gonna make sure they locked in.
That name, it's that brand, it's that Notre Dame brand. Because with that same formula, they have gone off to win championships, national championships, or they've made it to the playoffs and made it to the national championship game. So all the people we talking about, all y'all schedules trash, they still made it far in the playoffs when they actually had to play against the big dogs. So I mean, it's valid. You know what I mean? It's valid to.
I'm looking at this list. If
The
Alabama
program's solid.
they might sneak Texas in. I'm not gonna lie.
I know that's what they want to do. They want to. I feel it in my spirit.
They are literally ESPN right now is threatening the committee, talking about, oh, if you do this, the regular season ain't gonna count and nobody gonna play nobody. They are threatening that they won't play important games in September. Like, oh, y'all ain't gonna get y'all games no more if you don't do it. I'm like, what? Oh, they're trying to coerce these people?
Bruh, I'm telling you, but I'm gonna be pissed. I'm gonna be pissed if they got Arch Manning in this college football playoff somewhat. Boy.
Monte been knowing this the whole year. He been saying they finna. Why is Texas retired? Why?
I pointed it out the whole time. Like, bro, I'm gonna be upset if they find some way to put Arch Manning in this playoffs, bro. I feel so upset.
They go.
I don't give a.
Playing well too. He will start playing well. They gonna show. They gonna make sure he get that. Right.
The best SEC games are on CBS anyway. On Saturdays, who gives a damn about the SEC on ESPN? Who cares? But I will say this much.
They got the SEC championship. They get the big games. So.
But the big conference is honestly right there on the SEC heels, and that's what we rock with over this way. And also, I want to say this. I know we're about to move on. Monterey, you're 11-9. Boston Celtics are eighth in the West. I mean, eighth in the East. Playing very well tonight, by the way, against a very sneaky 13-6 New York Knicks team that is second in the East. So, like, now that we're getting more of a big handful of NBA games, like 20 games, 25 games, it's some of this cream is starting to rise to the top a little bit. We're starting to get a little bit more of a clear picture. picture in a sense after this sample size game.
Boston is playing like the play-in team that I originally and most people originally thought they would.
Well, shout out for my Spurs. Without all our 3 young players, we have sustained.
What are y'all in the West? 4th now?
I think we're 5th.
Like I thought Boston would be fighting for a play-in.
We beat the Nuggets, so we'll be ahead of the Nuggets. So we already beat the Nuggets earlier this week. As a matter of fact, a few weeks ago. So shout out to us, because I thought when we lost Wimby, Castle, and Harper, I'm like, oh shit, this finna be a free fall. But we ended up only losing. We went 6-2.
Yeah, I went pretty well. Like I said, I think Boston will be a play-in team, and that's what they are right now, and how they're basically playing.
Phoenix,
this boy Quater, he's a diamond in the rough.
Oh yeah, Quater's good.
I didn't expect that. I didn't expect that. I mean, he gets to the dunker spot. He runs the floor. I'd ever seen him. This is my first time actually watching a full game of them playing, and I like how they're playing. Joe Mazzulla's got them playing good ball right now.
So
they're still playing solid. Derek White's been a bit of a disappointment for me. I didn't expect a little bit of a drop off from what was expected of him, but everybody else has relatively been playing well. It still feels like I don't know, the point guard spot still feels really iffy on Boston, like where the ball is facilitated from, and most of the time it's just Jaylen Brown having to do a lot of scoring because it's not really a guaranteed second scorer on the team like we would like, but it is what it is. They right now they're 2 games over 500. Around 8th spot, which is pretty much where I guess they will be. I say they'd be somewhere between like 6 and 10. You know, just depends on how it went and how it's going. I don't expect much from them, but happy to see that. I said this was a gap year from the beginning because I knew like they're gonna have to change some players out, do some stuff. It's fine. Just do what it is.
Shout out to
they might play too good this year. That might be their problem. They might end up playing too good this year.
Pistons are 8-2 at home, 8-2 on the road. Shout out to them for being consistent. 17-4. New York Knicks 10-1 at home, 3-5 on the road. Not a good road team. The Heat, number 3. Then we got the Raptors tied with them. We got the Magic at number 5. A little bit of
the Heat is the actual surprise. It's like, how are they still doing this good a quarter way into the season?
Number 6 with the Hawks. The Cavs, Hawks, 76ers, and Celtics are tied for basically 6 through 9. So that's how this.
I mean, if you're in the East, you get to play the Nets like at the least 3 times, and then if you're in the conference 4 times. So I mean, you got the Nets, and then who else you got to beat up on? I mean, at this point, you can kind of beat up on the Bucks every now and then, especially when Giannis is out. You can beat up on the Bucks. You can beat up on the Wizards, even though they've shown that they can beat the Bucks. But yeah, East is where you can actually eat, especially early in the season.
You didn't want to say it, so I'm gonna say it for him. You can also beat up on the Pacers, unfortunately. Like, I
was getting there. I was getting there after 40 games. Yeah, I was gonna get there.
I gotta accept my gap year. You're gonna accept yours too.
I ain't got no damn. Y'all going to the playoffs. We ain't got no damn gap year.
We're in the play-in. That is not guaranteed.
What we got to promote next week is, I think next week. The week after it's the 25 game.
Are we at the 25 game stretch next week?
Raise opinion on the season.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Next week,
we 4 games away.
Oh, okay, that's exciting. Next week is gonna be good. I can't wait.
But we got the Thunder at number 1 at 20-1, which is crazy. 21 is crazy. Then we got the Lakers and Rockets tied for 2nd and 3rd at 15-5, and then the Rockets 13-5. They just ain't playing in the game. Then you got the Nuggets and Spurs tied at 4th and 5th with both 6 losses, 14-6, 13-6. Then we got Minnesota 13-8, Suns 13-9, Warriors 11-10, and then we got a bunch of teams with losing records right now.
Yep.
This, so.
Basically, the top 8 teams are all that matters.
Did you see Joker's stat line that lost last night? I said, "Oh my God, this dude is a."
We done been saying like Joker putting up NBA 2K numbers in real life, bro. That's just unreal.
This is crazy. Like I think he is the best in the 20s. He's the best. He's the best. He's the GOAT of the 20s.
We can say that, but Lucas also. I saw Lucas go 35 points in like a quarter. I was like, "Oh my God."
I mean, that's cute and all, but all-around game, Joker.
He's always been an offensive monster, and he's using this year to remind people, like, hey, when I get back in shape, like, I am that guy, offensively.
But then, shout out to you. You and what's old boy name? Used to put Harrison Bowen. Y'all held it down. Them boys was gone. Now we got Harper back. I think Castle come back soon, like in a game or two.
I definitely want to know.
Next week or the week after, so we'll get our team back.
I definitely want to know who's in the third for the best of the 2020s. And you know what? It would have been Embiid if he was staying healthy. It actually would have been Embiid in that third like conversation spot for the best of this decade. But he fell out. I don't know who was even sniffing at number 3. But I mean, that's a conversation for another day. But it might just be the two of the best. Shea and
Luka got to win a championship and get MVP in the next.
Who?
If Luka can get an MVP, I don't see an MVP season for Luka just because he got way too much help.
Luka was close in the finals year, like we actually made it. It was close, but he just they fell short. So it was
Joker was there that year too. Didn't he win, or was that Embiid's year that they went to the finals against Boston?
That was the year they won against Boston.
If Wemby come back super healthy and somehow this Spurs team make a run, he can probably maybe take over the second half. You know, I think he's more of a 20-30 type of
yeah, he could. If he could average 30 a game, maybe 15 boards, and get about 7-8 assists, that you talking about a generational GOAT there. He got 5 years to do it, though. He has 5 years to be better.
He's going to have, like, random injury problems. I don't know about MVP, but if he can get the championships games with this team, with the young team, and I'll be honest, I don't think it'll be this year, but the way De'Aaron Fox is playing, if he can come back anywhere like he was, maybe. But
can he make a push in 5 years to be in that conversation? I don't see an American.
Next year, if Castle and Harper grow,
I'm about to say, I don't think it'll take Wemby 5. If Wemby stays healthy and grows and play like this, it ain't going to take him 5 years. It'll take him like 2.
He can take over that spot. But yeah, like I said, the person to get that third spot will have to win the championship and possibly win MVP or win just 2 championships.
I think physically you have to throw him in the conversation just from his physical stature. And then if he's still putting up those numbers, you can put him in the top 3 in that conversation.
MVP. SGA has a championship and MVP. So it's kind of like how you look at how it's going to go.
I'm going to say, like, I'm not going to say the MVP part. I think if you are just the dominant force on a championship team, then you may have a conversation. Like if you just scoring champion, something consistent possibly. Because I think MVP is just going to really, really be difficult to get.
Like,
just looking at what we're dealing with, you have a walking triple-double in Jokic. You have SGA who's doing amazing things without, their second scorer. And you have people like Giannis that's still being dominant on the other end of the court. I think it's just really,
still
really
got
hard.
Giannis. Still got to talk about Giannis.
So it's just
I think the hardest thing for him will be the 67 games staying healthy. So what are you gonna miss? I think
it's just hard to just say you need an MVP to be there. I ain't gonna say that, but I think if you are just the dominant driving force on a championship team, like you are that guy.
Tim Duncan, basically Tim Duncan, like.
Yeah, like you could pull Tim Duncan and be like the number 3. Like we just clearly see like you that guy. Cause like let's just say some miracle run right now. Wemby makes it to the finals and gets a championship right now. Wemby probably not gonna get no MVP. Most likely no, but. Just because of other people and how they're playing. But Wemby, you see he's the guy. He goes in the playoffs, runs average 32, 15 boards, 5 assists, and 5 blocks a game. You be like,
yeah, here you go.
LeBron, like, what are we going to do with this? Like, so yeah, you can make that argument if you just are the driving force. MVPs, I think, are just, now they're very difficult. And I think it's a little bit more difficult to just base you being the guy on an MVP when it's a regular season award and it's not as easy.
And I'll say like this, two things not be done. One thing is nobody on this New York Knicks team as it's currently constructed 100% has a chance to even be talked about at all, especially Cat. And then also, I mean, out of sight, out of mind, but I mean, I do want to give Jason Tatum his flowers. He could be in that 3 conversation. Top players in the decade.
I was always being fair.
I just have to be honest. I have to be honest. Yeah, I have to be honest. Tatum could be in there.
People don't ever give him that because they don't like him.
Yeah. I was being fair. Like I like Tatum, and like he is probably the only other like younger star that has a championship or something like that in the last 5 years. But I wasn't gonna say his name only because I think there's like another level or step that he will need to take individually for people to take him seriously as like one of the top 4. I'm gonna say 4.
Agreed.
One of the top 4 best players in the world.
Jalen Brown together as a combo.
So that's why I don't necessarily like saying his name because I think there's another step people have to take.
Nobody's saying Jamal Murray and Jokic. No, it's Jokic. Nobody
Yeah,
said
yeah,
yeah, and Jalen went. No, it's not J Dub and no, it's SGA team. Look,
yeah.
So
Yeah,
I
especially when
was being
when
fair. I didn't want to say his name just because I feel like it's another step he would have to take individually. I just
he should
wanna-
have been Finals MVP, and Jalen Brown should get. So it's like
well, if he could keep getting 27 to 30, I mean, you can get in that conversation when he comes back. If he could keep on giving you 30 balls and then playing defensively the way, I mean, he can be in that top player of the 2020s conversation. I wouldn't argue with anybody that said it. About in the next 5 years after we see something
I
different.
also want to say Ant can do it, but Ant team ain't good enough.
Look, I'm sorry. I'm not on
I
that.
can't
I'm not
do
on
it.
that train. I'm not on that train. I will not be on that train with you. I refuse. Like this ant hype is gonna have to die for me until he gets at least.
He is balling. His team ain't good enough. That's all I'm saying. His team ain't good enough.
I'm down on it.
Until he gets somewhere. Like when I say get somewhere, do something. I ain't necessarily saying like scoring title MVP. You have to get somewhere. I'm not gonna get on this thing like ant balling. Yeah, there's a lot of people that's balling, that shoot, that score a lot of points. And it has one, and some of them even have two-way games. I'm sorry, I'm just not gonna be on that boat until he do something. I can't sit here and be like Jason Tatum. There's another step he needs to take, something like that. And he has a championship, and then I'm coming back and be like, no, Ant can do all that, and ain't did anything. I'm not gonna go nowhere near that far until he does something.
But the only problem with that, I'm agreeing because he don't have talent. They gave away his talent and gave him Gobert. Because let's be honest, Jason Tatum has Jalen Brown and Dez. Who is the second best player for Ant?
Right now it's Julius Randle.
That's who you just said.
Now that boy got.
And Julius Randle was balling in the playoffs last year. He did his thing in the playoffs.
On your Boston Celtics team.
He did his thing in the playoffs last year.
And then he threw it away in the game when he just airballed him and went 0 for 12. Shooting 3.
He was injured, dang it. You let him make it. He was injured.
Man, listen.
And then drag some sorry team to the Western Conference Finals. So,
Hey, listen. They the Timberwolves. They're the Timberwolves, so they don't get very much coverage. I'm looking at the man's stats right now. He had 2 dud games, which was 18 points against the Wizards and 13 points against the Mavericks. Everything else, 30. So that being said,
he does score. That's why I say he does score, but nah.
I mean, he'd be averaging well over 30 right now. Like
29 points. He shoots 40% from 3. He averaged about 4 rebounds, about 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals.
But winning does matter though. Winning does matter when it comes down to it.
That's all I'm saying. They gave. I don't know what they did. Why they gave him Ant and kept Rudy Gobert? But
they need a point guard. Yeah, I know they need a point guard. That was it. They need.
You'll get in the Tracy McGrady conversations. Not best of the decades conversations. You'll get in Tracy. Yeah, he was good scorer, but I'm
not giving him. He did better. Tracy never got the favor. He went to the Western Conference Finals.
But he ain't getting no decades. Well, obviously because he can't. Like top 3 of the decades, 2000 to 2010, Tracy McGrady wasn't sniffing that conversation as great as he was. So
that's because Tracy McGrady. That's the problem. He didn't win.
Top 3. Yeah, and he didn't win. Not to mention, that was a great era. But like,
Ant went to the Western Conference Finals with a team I don't think should have got there. But again, Minnesota is. He ain't gonna be able to do it because he in Minnesota.
He got to do better than saying I beat Curry and LeBron in their mid 30s in one playoff run. That ain't. You got to. No, that ain't gonna fly.
He did beat Luka.
Curry was hurt too, so we ain't gonna talk about that.
He didn't beat Luka too. He didn't beat Luka. Don't forget Luka. Don't just say LeBron. Like Luka wasn't on that court.
Like you can tell. You can tell your kids you beat the Lakers, you beat LeBron, and you beat Steph Curry. But if they know the whole story, they'd be like, "Dad, no."
Don't leave Luka out. Like Luka wasn't there.
Tell the truth. Like
but yeah.
Don't worry. Aunt Edwards' baby mamas is gonna tell the real truth at the end of the day. Like, nigga, your daddy ain't shit. LeBron was old, and Curry's ankles was out for 2. He was out for 2 games.
But again, I don't think his team good enough. So I agree with y'all. His team just ain't good enough. So it's gonna be hard for him to ever get in there.
So I didn't mean to bring us to basketball, but I just saw these 2 teams playing up here, and it just kind of brought me into this space. But yeah, I don't know
Are they playing at Boston?
Oh, they're playing in Boston.
Yeah, Knicks suck on the road. They like 2-6 or something. They suck on
Well,
the road.
they've only lost 6 games.
And 5 have been on the road.
They 3-5 on the road or something like that. I think.
Yeah, so they only lost. They like 12-1 at home. They like good at home, but they suck on the road. So y'all know what time it is. It's Friday Watch. Murray, tell them what Friday Watch is.
Man, we've been so long. I forgot all about it. So, Friday Watch is naturally determined on your team's record, how they are currently playing and look, and the expectations that the team has or had from the beginning of the season on to now. That is how Friday Watch works. This Friday Watch, I had to bring it back just a little sooner than I intended, but this Friday Watch is so juicy. This week is so crucial that it has to be brought forth, so have a few updates, on the Fraud Watch, it's second show. We confirmed the frauds, recently, most of the frauds have been relatively the same, all things considered. But we have congratulations to the Cowboys. They have redeemed themselves from Fraud Watch. Nobody can deny their last 3 weeks, really last 2 weeks. There's nothing we can say about it. They beat the Chiefs. They beat the Eagles. They have an important game coming up against the Lions on Thursday night, but they are now alive for their own playoff hopes. I have to give them props. They clutched the last 3 weeks on a 3-game win streak. I have nothing to say to them. They've been unfrauded. Everybody else here, your seasons are pretty much over. There's nothing else to really say about them. Better luck next year. Sorry about the injuries and things. No new frauds. No
questionable on the bubbles. Nothing. It's just black and white today.
No, these are the confirmed ones. The bubbles.
Okay.
And these are this is probably the greatest bubbles, the greatest fraud watch I've had thus far this season.
Oh, I do want to say the Jets has won more games than some of these people on Monte's fraud watch list this month.
Well, Jets ain't won no more games than these people.
Jets have won more games than the Chiefs.
Who?
Than the Chiefs.
The Jets?
Yes.
Oh, you're talking about in November. Oh.
In the month of November.
Yeah, unfortunately, the season is lower than
the Jets are.
This week's
Jets are peaking.
Has been a long time coming. And, unfortunately, there are reasons for all these names, but it's been a long time coming. We will start with the Lions. The Lions are basically playing for their playoff hopes at the beginning of December, because if they lose this Thursday night game against the Cowboys, they will dang near be eliminated after having 2 losses to Green Bay, a loss to the Cowboys, and not beating any winning teams for the most part. That they will not have tiebreakers against most teams. And they will be 7-6, I think, at that point in the season. And it just really won't be a lot of hope for them in the NFL. And so the Cowboys are surging. The Lions have lost 2 of their last 3 games, and it took them overtime to beat the Giants, which is their only win thus far in the last 3 weeks. Otherwise, they lost to the Packers, and they lost the other game 3 weeks ago, unfortunately. So they are on Fraud Watch, and it's shocking that they've actually made the Fraud Watch. But yes, we come up now. Look, the dynasty might have to take a pause. The Chiefs are 6-6. It has been really rough for Kansas City. Even with Patrick Mahomes playing great, they took a Thanksgiving loss to the Cowboys. And right now, it's looking a little bleak. They have no room for error. They're missing their right tackle and might be missing their left tackle on this coming Sunday. And they're about to play the Texans.
Lineman Trey, is he back? Trey, the right guy.
I said one of them I think is going to miss. One might miss a month. One may miss up to a month. And the other one might be missing this week. And they're about to play the Texans, who are surging and now have 7 wins and are the league's best defense, and their pass rush might be merciless. So they are against that. And then after that, they got to play the Chargers, who is a division rival. Herbert might be a little banged up, but we'll see how that goes. Either way, it is bleak. It's tough. And they have to at least run the table. That's at least do that. Then their fate almost isn't even in their hands anymore. But we'll see how that goes for the Chiefs. Grandpa, we put it off long enough, but the Eagles are here. It's like they are on the verge of a collapse. We put it off long enough, Grandpa. We tried to give them grace, but there's no other way we can say it. They're on the verge of another collapse like it's 2023. They have lost their last 2 games, and they have not been pleasant to watch. They gave up a 21-point lead to the Cowboys, and then they did lose in relatively embarrassing fashion by giving up 200 yards on the ground to the Bears, even though Caleb Williams played pretty bad in that game, and they still lost handily. So, and mind you, the 2 weeks before then, we have to remember that they also didn't score a lot of points against the Packers. They only scored 10 points against the Packers. And then against the Lions, they only scored 16. So now it's looking like the defense got gaffed. I don't even know if that's a word. And the defense can't hold up the Eagles. It's going to be pretty rough. So right now, it's really do or die. They have to beat the Chargers this coming week. If they don't, I think it'll officially be the funk. It'll be another 2023 snafu where they're falling apart at the seams. And the crazy part about it, they are 2 games ahead of the Eagles now. 2 games. They cannot lose and give the Eagles any kind of hope that they might lose this division. So, Philadelphia, you are on fraud watch. Now we come around on.
Wait. I want Murray. Can you see that? Can you read that for me?
I really can't read that.
I can't see that shit either.
But this season, 2025, the Eagles are 2-4 when a player has over 100 yards. Receiving. We are 6-0 when no receiver has 100 yards. I just want that to know. I want y'all to know the record. We have a receiver with 100 yards. I want everybody to know. Okay. We have receivers 2-4 when our receivers. When we have 1 receiver with 100 yards. 2-4.
Now,
When I saw when no receiver get 100 yards. When I saw rookie Laurie.
You are 6-0 when no receiver has 100 yards.
AJ Brown, I told you. Forcing that ball.
My cousin called me earlier today, and he said the same thing. He said AJ Brown is balling, and the Eagles are not. I cannot argue that.
Coach Hurts, when he start crying, he start forcing on the ball, and then I offense get out of whack because he ain't the most accurate dude. And I'm like, no, run, nigga. We want you to run.
But my argument is not that. The offense, whether you win or lose, your offense still has not looked great anyway, whether you force them a ball or you don't. So that's my argument to that.
It's been rough. It's been rough, Eagles. Like I said, they playing Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert's a little banged up. I think he just had surgery on his non-throwing hand. He still has every intention to play. So if they cannot beat a slightly hampered, I'm gonna put that. I don't want to put no wishes against the Chargers. They can't beat a slightly hampered Charger team that's got a makeshift offensive line because they're missing offensive line pieces, and Justin Herbert is a little banged up. If they cannot beat that Chargers team, the downfall is here. They have spiraled and it's all coming apart. So that is their thing.
Just exist. They just exist right now, but they dare to they can beat you. They can.
They're still winning. They're still winning. They're 8-4 right now. They're still winning. So it's. I'll shout out to the Chargers, but these top 2 teams, there's pressure on them. Number 2 is the Steelers. It comes around full circle because I said do not count the Ravens out. Now the Ravens did lose on Thanksgiving, but they are not on here because they played the Steelers twice, but the Steelers are on here because not only that, the Steelers have lost their last 2 games. They've lost 3 of their last 4 games. Aaron Rodgers is also injured with, I think, an injury to his non-throwing hand. I'm not sure if it's a fracture too, but possibly. So he's also banged up.
Mason Rudolph is playing this god off.
Mason Rudolph been playing for him or whatever, but he's also been banged up. And you throw all of that together, and they play the Ravens this coming Sunday. Winner will be the leader of the AFC North. This game is huge. It is already talks that this could be Mike Tomlin's first losing season ever. It is bad. The vibes ain't well. The trendiness is not well. The pressure is real. The Ravens are here. Lamar has been playing pretty rough, but this game is important. So right now,
and you did say that the Ravens were not on the list before, and they're not on this list right now that we're looking at, right? So the list before was confirmed frauds. Was the Ravens on that, right?
no. I'm
Okay,
saying the Ravens are on this like they.
and then what else is
The Bengals are in the running.
and then
Like
are
the
the
Bengals are
Ravens
2
on the
games
and
back,
are the
but
Ravens on the bubble? Are the Ravens on the fraud like the bubble?
Better still
no, they
swipe.
were unfrauded. The
Okay,
reason being,
okay,
the Ravens have
okay,
won.
okay, okay,
The Ravens have won
okay.
5 of their last 6 games. Like the only one they lost was on Thanksgiving, but I'm not gonna flag one loss to them necessarily when they have another big game coming and they caught all the way up. The Steelers are free falling down, and so they
Okay,
have
I
way more
agree.
pressure. So I'm gonna leave that like the Ravens. If they lose this one too, we're not then they will. But this Colts team, and it's not necessarily to pick on the Colts, but there's a reason why I got them on there. Everything
Go
that
for
I've just said about the last 4 teams pretty much all classifies to the Colts team right now. The Colts have lost 3 of their last 4 games. Especially in the fourth quarter, they have not played necessarily well, but they've lost 3 of their last 4 games. They've gone from having an outstanding lead over their division to now the Jacksonville Jaguars are tied with them, and the Texans are 1 game back from them. So now their division has gone from pretty much a lock to a free-for-all, and they still have both Jacksonville games and another Texans game on their schedule going forward over the next 5 weeks. It is pressure time. You also add with the fact that Sauce Gardner is injured. By the grace of God, he doesn't have an Achilles injury. Right? We're very grateful that he doesn't have that. But he's also injured. So Sauce Gardner, that they traded 2 first-round picks for, is not playing. And Daniel Jones, he's a little hampered. I'm not 100% sure the fullness of his leg injury, but he's a little hampered, but he's still playing. So, he's still going to be held to a certain length of a standard because you're still choosing to go out there and play. But regardless, the pressure is real in Indianapolis that they could go from being 8-1 to 8-5 very quickly, and their schedule does not get any easier because as of now, their next 5 games, they have the Jaguars this Sunday, the Seahawks the next Sunday, the 49ers the following Sunday, then the Jaguars again, and they finish with the Texans to end the season. Their season could go awry very, very quickly if it does not immediately turn around with their own division, which is just a huge amount of pressure to ask of a team. But the Colts, it is literally put up or shut up time. They have no other ways around it. They have to go and take down their division and win their division to be able to right the ship. Otherwise, it's going to be a huge free fall disappointment for them just going forward. Like, just because they've given up picks, they basically put all their chips in the middle, and now they're starting to lose games at the worst possible time. So they have the most immense pressure, and everything could free fall from under them. So unfortunately, even though they're still 8-4 right now, they're still solid, but they have to be at the top of fraud watch because they have just the most immense pressure for everything going forward. And it's just very tough right now. It's going to be a hard game. This Jacksonville game, and they're at Jacksonville. They're even at Jacksonville. They're not even at home this week. So this is going to be big. This game is going to teach us a lot about if the Colts can overcome and just show their mettle, or if they're going to fold. And I just don't really have no way to say it. They're either going to show their mettle or they're going to fold. And it's going to be big. It's going to be big. That's the fraud watch for this week.
All right, on. Yeah, if I may rebuttal with the Indianapolis thing, I don't argue. I don't argue. I just want to put these factors into the forefront. Sauce Gardner is at a y'all seen Lord Slug. We saw a fake Super Saiyan. Sauce Gardner has a fake Super Saiyan Achilles injury. We know what that calf strain leads to, the next level. So with that being said, also another big injury, Daniel Jones. He has a fractured fibula. All right. A lot of these games that they lost have been really close games. I do hate these fourth quarters, especially that one against the Chiefs. That was terrible. I couldn't stand that. And and I'm gonna bring it back. You said full circle about Pittsburgh. I'm gonna say full circle about my picks before the year started. I said that there's three quarterbacks. I was like, the AFC South is going to be up for grabs at some point because they have three very capable quarterbacks, and we weren't sure about Cam Ward. Now, moving forward, those three quarterbacks, I mean, you got CJ Stroud was out for a few weeks, and they kept it going with Davis Mills. Trevor Lawrence, they're doing what they can, especially without their number one draft pick, who is supposed to be both sides of the ball. A wasted number one first round pick, if you ask me. But again, they could have got something better, maybe another offensive lineman. End of the day, I think that everything is happening how it's supposed to happen, as I predicted in the AFC South. I was very high on our Colts and one loss and two loss, but I do not understand down to nitty gritty. Houston, man, D'Amico Ryan's got them playing down there for real, for real. They're playing ball. That defense is crazy. And if you can get CJ Stroud to play elite ball, because they did go to the playoffs just last year, or maybe the last couple of years, but he can play, man. CJ Stroud can play. So this wasn't going to be an easy division by any means. And my last thing I want to say is I'm hoping that Anthony Richardson, I hope that he is being a Jameis Winston kind of guy, because if he does end up having to come in for Daniel Jones, he's got to be like have that Shadura effect, that Jameis Winston effect. Like, we're going to rally behind you, and our defense is going to play that much better because you're in. But honestly, man, we haven't even mentioned Richardson at all since he got benched. And I like there's no whispers around like he's playing better. There's not any updates about like, hey, he had first team reps this week to get a little, while Daniels. I'm hearing nothing out of Colts camp about him. So this quarterback situation, I don't see that happening. Him having that Jameis Winston effect, and we're gonna run through a wall for him. Not even a Tim Tebow effect where we're gonna run through the run. I'm not hearing nothing. It's crickets, man. I'm not hearing nothing.
I really don't think that they want to go to the point where he's an option. I think because they found, a system that works with Daniel Jones, I just don't think they even want to go to that because it's so volatile, with what you're giving him. And like you said, we haven't heard anything in 12 weeks, of anything of him developing in the background or anything. Nothing. And it's just like, man, to put him in now when a problem with like his youth and his inexperience and all that kind of stuff, and the rawness to him, to put him in this situation.
And now mind you, the only reason I'm saying this again, Monterey, is because Daniel Jones has a fractured fibula.
No, I'm aware. I'm just
saying. I'm just throwing that out there. Like, that's the only reason. And what do we have? I mean, we still got JT, but
I don't blame you. I'm just saying I would feel so sorry for him. Like, man, you come back on the team and you in like the most important 5-game stretch that the Colts have had in the last 6 years. Like, it has not been this important in a number of years because the Colts have not been good in the last 4 years. So, like, this would be the most important 5-game stretch they've had.
That's a moot point. I apologize because he is on the injured reserve as a third-string quarterback. Riley Leonard will come in as a backup, so never mind. Riley Leonard, yeah, they shut that shit down. They said, "Boy, take your ass over to IR." Man, he played a little bit last year.
I saw the worst part. He played pro football with the Vikings.
He actually got drafted. He was Notre Dame's quarterback last year. He got drafted by the Colts in the 6th round. Notre Dame's quarterback last year. Who went to the championship?
Who knows? Man might come in and be Patrick Mahomes. Who knows?
Who knows, man?
College. That's all I want y'all to know. Jeremiah Lord ran the ball almost every play for Notre Dame nation.
I ain't seen a Notre Dame quarterback since Brady Quinn and Jimmy Clausen. So,
Speaking of, give it the power rankings.
Yeah.
Unico.
Power rankings at 5. I got the Broncos, Packers 4, Seahawks 3, Patriots 2, Rams 1. It was tough for me because I used to have it easy where I could just throw the Colts in there somewhere, or I could just throw the Eagles in there somewhere, or I could, there were some mainstayers there, but now they're actually making me have to flex my muscle, watch the game, see what's happening, why are they happening the way that they're happening, and that's brought me out to the West Coast. That's brought me out there to actually watch the Seahawks in the Broncos. I am not in love with their offenses, guys. I'm sorry, I'm just not. But the Rams, okay, took an L. But that doesn't take away from the fact that I think they're a pretty complete team and an offense you can trust. The Patriots, strength of schedule got you to number 2, but the eye test also got you to number 2. Drake May looks great. And Mike Vrabel is coaching them boys up, man. I'm sorry. Seahawks, it is what it is. I mean, the passing game, not great, but JSN, he's still leading the league as a receiver, one of the leading receivers. So Darnold's doing something right. I got to bring Packers back into the fold. I mean, that tie makes it look weird, like they're 8-3-1 when it could have very easily been 9-3. So I mean, there's that argument to be had. And that offense is great. And Broncos, I mean, shit, I can't, man. That 2 losses, 3 losses, I can't argue those points, man. Just like kind of we were saying that, but I do think about like how can it be sustained? I think about that type of stuff. Is this sustainable stuff? Which, as you can see, like I said, the Eagles fell out of it. The Colts have fallen out of our top 5 after being there. It can happen when there's some things about you that we just can't see. So again, the Seahawks and the Broncos are very fragile in this top 5. I'm still not sure about them, but Patriots, I don't see any changes. I mean, Josh Allen, he's the only one that's really about the smoke, I guess, in that division, and Drake May ain't scared of him. So yeah, that's my power rankings, man. You see what happens when I do my homework?
I'm so proud of you, Nico Williams. This is a momentous day. This is the first time that I think he's had a power ranking that we can generally like not look sideways at, that we can understand and validate and be proud of. Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful, I swear. I don't have a problem with it. It's beautiful.
When I can't argue bias anymore, then it's like, all right, let me just be
it took us 13 weeks to get here.
Let me be an analyst. Let me be an analyst, man.
Yes. Oh, it's beautiful. I think mine only has like one different team. I think a lot of ours is going to be really similar. I have the Broncos ahead of the Patriots because even though the Broncos have won their games way less dominantly, like all of them have generally been close, the teams they've beaten are just better teams. At least some of them have been better at the time that they beat them, than the Patriots, mostly easier teams, even though the Patriots have dominated all of them. So I can validate some of the teams that I like the Broncos have beaten. But that's the only reason that those 2 are swapped over. The last 2, the Packers have been playing well. They got a really good win against the Lions. And the last one is probably the most different because I did think about the Seahawks, to be fair. But
49ers, interesting.
I cannot, to validate it, I cannot validate putting the Seahawks above the 49ers, for example, when the Niners have beaten not only the Seahawks, they've also beaten the Rams. So, Kyle Shanahan has just found a way to pull magic out of nowhere, missing everybody from Fred Warner to Bosa, and still been able to put together a 9-4 record. So, even though I don't think they will last on the power ranking necessarily, I just have to put them ahead of Seattle. I don't think that's fair. Seattle lost to both the Rams and the 49ers. The 49ers are beating both. They figured out a way to win. So shout out to the 49ers. They are on the top 5, at least for this week right now. And we'll see how long that lasts. But that's why I have to put them. I can't just ignore them, even though I don't think they'll last. Like I said earlier that I don't think they're gonna last a season with the amount of injuries and everything. Shoot, they have. 13 weeks later, they've been able to survive missing people and still been able to put up 20-some points and shut down teams and win when they probably shouldn't. So whatever, they win. Yeah, I got it.
I like that 49ers over the Seahawks thing just because you get that recency stuff, and so it's like when somebody wasn't invited to the club, before, but now they invited, is you still look at them with like, what you doing here? That was the 49ers for me because I'm like, but y'all was sneaking some stuff off with Mac Jones over there. Now you got Brock Purdy back, but really wasn't checking for you. But like, oh, you getting in the club now? I forgot. So that's why Seahawks been in the club a little bit, been in that conversation. That's why I snuck them in. But honestly, now that I think about it, yes, I think I would definitely replace the Seahawks with the 49ers. Where they belong, I would say now I have to go back to saying the Broncos, but I don't want to get into that. I'll worry about that next week, but that's probably man.
I respect it. I respect it before I give it to Zell. I do respect the Seattle Seahawks being on a 5. I'm not mad at them being there. It's just because the 49ers beat them, but it was week 1 of the season. But they also did beat the Rams, like, about close to week 6, somebody. But just I respect the 49ers. I'm like, they have the wins, even though I don't think overall the team may or may not necessarily be better at this point. But just, I think them, the Seahawks, either one of those two, I think is fine for putting them at number 5. I think either one of them is fine. Even if you wanted to put the Eagles there, I'm not going to be completely ashamed of it. Just, I just think it's a lot of ifs and maybes once you get past the top 3, which I think, Rams, Patriots, and Broncos be most of everybody's list. Once you get past that, it's a lot of iffiness of who you really wanted to put past there. Just I'm not going to put the Bears there, even though the Bears are 9-3. I'm just not going to do that. No.
That conversation may be coming up soon. That conversation's coming.
It ain't right now, bro. It ain't that.
No, we ending this bias. This is insane, bro. We can't have the Bears this long. Listen, we got the Patriots number 1. Why they got the one? They got the best record in the league, basically, and they're the best coach team because my boy right now is coaching his butt off. Number 2, we have the Rams. Matthew Stafford, MVP candidate. Number 3, we got the Bears. Am I right?
The Bears should be there.
I was about to say, did you instant transmission yourself out?
The Bears shouldn't be there.
5-loss team over here, but you won't put the Bears on here. This is getting the same mark.
What 5-loss team did I put there?
All right. What the 49ers?
Answer the question.
What the 49ers record? Well, 4-loss team. The Bears is better than 49ers. Come on now. All right, we can't hear.
The Bears beat Scrubs.
All right.
The Bears beat Scrubs.
You told me last week if they beat the Eagles, you're going to show them love.
Yeah, I show them love. I give respect to the Bears. I'm not putting them on the list. No, I give respect. Matter of fact, I'll be fair. I give respect to the Bears. Like, they're a good team. I give respect to their Bears. I'm not putting them on those power rankings because the rankings are not the record. But I got you now, Dale, man. I got you now. The Bears play the Packers Sunday. If they beat the Packers, they have every right to be here. But like them beating Scrubs for 9 games.
I like that. Hey, that's actually fair. If they can beat the Packers,
like their 9 games have been against. Matter of fact, their 9 games have been against Scrubs.
The NFC East. I mean, the NFC North. The NFC North.
They lost their only game they played in the North other than the Vikings.
They beat Dallas.
Okay, they lost to the Vikings.
Dallas had no defense when they played them.
What changed about the defense now? What changed?
They actually not only did they get like 6 people back from injured reserve, they traded for 2 more.
That won 5 straight.
Okay, so let's go through it. They beat the Cowboys when they had no defense. They beat the Raiders, who sucked, by 1 point. They beat the Commanders without Jaden Daniels by 1 point. Okay. They barely won. They beat the Saints, who suck. They lost to the Ravens. They beat the Bengals with no defense and Joe Burrow. They beat the Giants, who was also a bad team. They beat the Vikings, who is now a bad team. They managed to beat the Steelers, which is good, but the Steelers also did not have Aaron Rodgers. They had Mason Rudolph chucking stuff up there, and they won by 3 points. And they beat the Eagles, who are on the verge of a collapse. What about that is impressive?
Yeah, man. So the Bears really ain't in that conversation yet.
So if they beat the Packers, then they have every right to be up there. But if that day don't come, that ain't crazy part. Why do you have them at 3?
He had them at 3. He had them at 3. They're very high.
The Bears. I'm putting my faith in Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams. I'm putting my flag down.
Where is the violation button at?
You need to put the running backs. The running backs is the conversation. That's
Caleb Williams didn't even play well. He didn't even play well when they beat the Eagles.
He a motivational person.
Man, get your ass.
Teach a man how to squabble.
That man was 17 for 34. Talking about some motivation.
He motivated them to run the ball more.
Yeah, they were.
My bad. 17 for 36, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. What you motivating?
11 yards and carry, you don't have to throw the ball.
Yeah, when you
I
get
hate-
for 200
I hate
yards
that.
on the ground, you're right. When you run for 200 yards on the ground, you ain't got to.
It was somehow
Man,
I don't know what that was doing. I don't know if they got. I don't think Sirianni even coached our defense that week. He was like, yo,
Them
I'm
is
gonna add
wasted.
Zelmay to the Fryer Watch, man. That's what I'm gonna end up doing, man. I'm adding it to the Fryer Watch.
Each completion is a lost down. Do you understand that? Each incompletion is a lost down.
I can't, bro.
You threw
17
36.
for 36, talking about them helping. What?
You lost. You gave away downs with those incompletions. Do you not understand? That's terrible. That you had
If the
zero.
Eagles had any semblance of offense, they'd have won that game by 20.
There you go. Now you talking about the real issues. This ain't about the Eagles. Never mind.
I take that ground, bro. I don't know what our defense would do, but
Riley freaking Leonard. Seriously. God damn it.
Hey, we're gonna pray. Sunday gonna be a tough day for a lot of these divisional and ugly matchups, but it's gonna be a tough day. I ain't talking about just Colts, like, bro, the Colts, Steelers, Ravens, Packers, Bears, but it's gonna be an ugly day. Texans and Chiefs. Oh, it's gonna be a real ugly day.
Ooh, that Texas Chief.
It's gonna be real.
Texans can get that win, which I kind of want. Let's get this Mahomes situation out of here. Let's reveal that his arm's been broken all season and shut him down. Just let him go. Just reveal it.
He's been playing fine. He ain't even the problem.
He's not the problem. He is not the problem. The offensive line is not great.
Yeah, the line's in tatters right now.
The defense is playing. The defense is serviceable. I'm sorry, you can't play.
Man, that defense gave up 31. It ain't serviceable. That defense gave up 31.
They play well when it counts. Yeah, they shut us out. They shut the Colts out in the whole fourth quarter. At 4 drives, I mean, you did what you had to do. So,
oh boy. But I said, boy, Sunday, here we go. Week 14,
yeah.
boy.
And we're gonna be coming off that championship Saturday high too. Oh man.
Man, football finna be wild this weekend.
It's lit this weekend. It's lit. I wish I was down south, honestly. I'll be in Atlanta this weekend. That's the place to be.
Spare yourself.
Indianapolis gonna be lit with the IU versus Ohio State. Indianapolis about to be crazy this weekend.
They're gonna be wild.
At Lucas Oil Stadium. It's gonna be lit.
Ooh.
a good weekend of football. We got the conference championship game. We might see something crazy happen.
Man, between the conference championship games and the NFL, it's gonna be something crazy regardless. Just go ahead and get ready.
I never watched the BYU game in my life.
Or if Duke upset somebody, they might have to change the rules. You can't have no 5-loss team.
If I watched the BYU game, it's because I thought it might have been Penn State playing. I wasn't paying attention. I just seen the color.
That nasty work.
You got a really good quarterback, and the number one player in the country just switched from Georgia to Vanderbilt for play quarterback. Shout out to Pavia.
Oh wow! All right,
people leave Georgia to go have good careers. People leave the SEC and go have better careers. I'm sorry, man. Just like
it's the SEC. Pavia playing well.
I'm sorry, but you can leave. Put it like this: they leave Georgia to go have successful careers. Shout out to Justin Fields. Came up here to Ohio and got him a chip and went to the league. Shout out to Joe Burrow that left us to go to LSU. But we still claim that. We still claim Joe Burrow. Buckeyes still claim Joe Burrow. I'm sorry. But I'm guessing you want to ask me where they can find me at?
Yeah, what can they find?
Okay. You can find me at Alma College. You can also find me in Central Michigan. It is what it is. That's what I do. I'm a Chippewa tonight. And yeah, man. Do you hear me with you, Nico Williams? You can catch me on Thursdays. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm gonna be. We're back to it. We got this figured out. Zelmay, I gotta ask you some questions about streaming stuff after this is over with. If you don't have nothing to do, and then make it make sense. I'm there. Oh, faithful. The waifus is back, baby. So I'm in rare form. and we saw the whole picture. So it's gonna be a great season coming up to finish this year. Also, anything Zelmay got going on, man. The whole December, I am available, so I'm probably gonna be with Zelmay as much as possible. Whenever he's doing something, I'm with it. Obviously, we got the Delusional series going on too with all the different guests he got. Make sure y'all check them out. And of course, ain't been no good movies out. I'm sorry, there were no good movies out this past 2 weeks. So I wasn't nothing for me to go see, y'all. I guess I'll go see Sarah's Oil at some point eventually. But right now, ain't shit out. So sorry for the movie reviews. But if it ain't wicked for good, I ain't got nothing for you.
I do want to watch the Maze show, and then like I said, we are gonna watch Bel Air. But we're gonna do it.
Yeah, I got you. I'm gonna catch up on that tomorrow.
3 segments, and I'm like, oh, ain't no, we got jobs.
I'm gonna catch up. I probably should be. I'm gonna catch up on it. I got plenty of time.
Joe, they drop on Mondays. Who got? You used to Friday. We got the weekend. You drop them on a Monday?
Yeah, you used to drop them on Thursdays.
Thursdays was okay, man. Monday they try to drop it like the old back in the day. Fresh Prince used to come on Monday nights with Martin and all them. But man,
dropping 3
we don't watch TV.
It's crazy.
They dropped it like they did Ironheart, man. They just dropped them all.
It's Thursday. You got Friday. You're like, yeah, I'll watch it. Get to it tomorrow and finish it up. But I gotta work tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. You think I got time to? Speaking of, I don't know why.
When I get to it, I say I get to it when I get to it. Otherwise, your boy Monray Hudson, everywhere says Monray Hudson, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, as it still exists, and of course on Make It Make Sense, the podcast, as we have our countdown shows for this entire month, different countdowns, starting off with the countdown for the top 5 top 5 best movies of this year done by Nico Williams, and the top 5 best shows of this year done by, of course, your very own Zell May, and different other countdowns over the course of this month, finishing off with, of course, the top 10 discussed trending topics of the year. Always an entertaining time to have. But happy holiday season. Is going to be a good month. Can't wait to see what pops off, including Marvel. Marvel, will you bless us with a teaser trailer on the 7th? This weekend might really be good. This really did good. Who knows?
He's begging Marvel for something for once. Wow.
No, I just know when MCU get rolling.
Yeah, they go. Yeah, you're right. They go.
We're rooting for them because it's good television. But y'all know it's me, your boy Laugh. I made to keep them feeling sexy and of course delusional every Saturday. We just had an episode with Jacob Duchesne. Shout out to him. Duchesne, I keep saying Duchesne. But we had his episode, great episode. People are loving it. My sister, retired Colonel Kabisha McCullum, will tell us about change isn't scary, the unknown is, and how we can go by our life and how she successfully managed her life and started her new business and dreams and facing a blank page in which life is different. As I said, Jacob talked about moving on from people and learning to love and leaving people where they are. So it's a lot of great conversations going on. And then the next week we talk about purpose with the Brie Elena. And then we're gonna end up. That's another Brie, but hopefully Purpose will be back.
Oh, never mind. I was like, oh, a name I've not heard in a long time, and that was the name of her show, Purpose.
Yeah,
Boy,
I'm trying to get Purpose back. We're gonna try to get Brie, the one you know, back for Purpose. I gotta hit her up, and then hopefully, and I'll be that news on this channel if I can get Ruby to. But it's gonna be weird. But we're gonna try to get it. We're gonna try to get them done. So we're gonna try to get every show that I've ever done on here. So Just a Fan, Man Cave. We already have Zell's Theory, Zell Reacts, all the different shows that we put out. Like I said, the Just a Fan reviews, the Keeping an Eye on reviews will be back, of course, with Bel Air. So all the type of shows will be back this month, as well as the shorts that y'all been loving when I just go on random rants in my brain at the time. So y'all been loving them. I think we got eight videos with 1,000 views off that. So shout out to that.
Instant transmission.
So all the shows will be back. So I'm looking forward to that. Like I said, Delusional every Saturday. And then new shows next year. I'm going to have some interesting people. So we're going to just keep bringing people on, try and do people out. Very interesting time for the media company. I got a surprise for y'all that I will put out as a short too. So that's gonna come out either I think beginning of 2026. We're gonna start off the year with something crazy happening. And I can't wait for y'all to see that because it's now confirmed. And it's gonna be insane when y'all see it. So I appreciate that. A lot of stuff happening.
I have a request. Can you bring on a woman from San Antonio to dispel the rumors from Charles Barkley and do a 2-hour long segment on that? Is that something you can do? To either dispel or confirm Charles Barkley's musings.
So a woman from San Antonio will be on an episode of Delusional. So
then we can be the judge. No, I'm just playing.
I don't be about that, but
I'm just playing. Like yeah, I'm just playing.
Like I said, we're gonna try to get Bree everything. We're gonna try to do it big, and then next year we're gonna start off with. I'm hoping we start off with the beginning of the month, but sometime in that month, a bang gonna happen. The overall line make sure y'all go to this website because it's gonna be crazy. I'm telling y'all, I don't know. I'm gonna say this 2026. I'm making sure that I'm back in 2015 for them. So that's gonna be. It's a reason the YouTube channel was partnered in 2015. It's the reason all the channels got partnered in 2015. I'm back on my grind. I'm back in the right mind state. I'm looking forward to it. So be on the lookout for that. Make sure you like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. It's going to be a lot of crazy stuff. It's going to be a lot of fun. Hope you see these guys everywhere from everybody on Overall 99. So all the whole team, I hope y'all see them everywhere because that's the goal. We're going to try to put their faces everywhere, including the return of Kid Credit Player because we do have a show with him. So he will be back. I know I can get him back.
That motherfucker, man.
And the last episode will be, of course, of Delusional, will be of me. But the episode before that will be with old faithful Gino Chianti. He will be here. I already know him.
Oh, wow.
That's going to be very fun.
That's crazy.
So he's out here doing a wild thing.
Wait, who?
Man, I ain't heard that name in a while.
Yeah, so he'll be on the last episode. I already know that legend. That legend will be here.
Crazy. That's all I can say. That's crazy.
He has an interesting thing going on with him, and I can't wait to. He gonna promote it, but I can't wait to that. LSU hired Lane Kiffin for $91 million. Crazy contract.
Quick thoughts, boy. You ain't boy. I would have $13 million for a bag. You got it, man. $13 million a year. Fuck it.
He did what was best for him.
Yep.
They are still paying for Ed Odron. They are paying Brian Kelly $54 million over the next few years.
Look, LSU just got money. We understand they just got money. Like they have the investment. They got money.
They got some old money too, like old money.
To be fair, they just got almost a slightly behind the money. But the problem is their governor is just giving them money out there. So the state is giving them money, and I don't think our state is gonna give Ole Miss nothing. So
that's the thing because, like, think about Mississippi as a whole. I love home, but let's be real. It's not in the top of the most rich states in America. LSU, and Louisiana, 100% as far as South goes, up there because I think they share a little bit with Texas, right?
Well,
right. Like Mississippi is at the bottom of in a lot of metrics.
Louisiana make a lot more money than Mississippi, but I don't know if it's in Texas and California, but
like
it makes a lot more money than Mississippi. They got New Orleans and Baton Rouge, and they're gonna make more money. They're gonna supply a lot more money.
Like in Mississippi,
they got
like where Ole Miss is at, that's like Attack on Titan, the inner walls. Like everything else is just the rest of Mississippi. You know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of how it goes.
By the way, I wanted to say this. Lane Kiffin, the players wanted you to coach. You know that's a lie. You know what they said in that locker room. I don't have to say it because I know what they said.
You don't have to say it because I know.
I know what they said too. I know what they said. And
well, I heard they wanted it too.
Lane Kiffin told us he didn't know what his contract was when we all know what his contract was. So how in the world were you the only person unaware of what your contract is?
I didn't want it to come down to the money. I just wanted to, you lying.
Bro, everybody know your contract. And put it on TV. You were making $90 to $91 million. We know it. Everybody knew it. So how was you the only one that didn't know? Like him and just a liar, but you're really your coach. So that's how I did. I appreciate y'all.
Yeah, man.
Overall 99 Media. Like and subscribe, hit that notification bell. Like I said, the Keeping 99 channel finna be a lot of shorts, a lot of y'all see the content we're putting out. Y'all see, I think we got what 10,000 views over the last month or so. So looking forward to that.
I wish Brookhaven had an SEC team. I bet that Brookhaven got all the bread.
Brookhaven, all right.
Brookhaven need to have an SEC team. I bet that bitch is
That man wilding right now.
What's the score? What's the game? Who's the player? What's the name? Zelme spins tails like fireflies in the dark. Unraised verdicts leave a mark.
Closest you're gonna get to perfect, but not quite, not tonight.
Keep it 99. Oh, so close to the light, but you'll never hit the shine. Keep it 99. It's the closest you're gonna get to 100, yeah.
Unique coast flow cuts like a knife, twisting rhythms full of life. The storyteller whispers truth in the night. Fraud judge rules with a crooked side.
Closest you're gonna get to flawless, but it's raw, it's lawless. Keep it 99.